God said, to build what I've called you to build, you need the sword and the hammer. You need the sword. That's a real sword right there. Be careful with that. And the hammer. You need the hammer and the sword. See what's happened in our generation is some people are all hammer and no sword. So they're building. This is when you're grinding, you're hustling, you're doing all the work in your own strength, but you're not praying, you're not seeking God, you're not inviting him into the process. You've got the hammer swinging, you're working hard, but you've left the sword on the shelf because you don't need it all the time, and you're faster without the sword. And TikTok told you, thank God it got banned and now it's back, amen. So Instagram told you, a YouTube video told you, grind. Wake up and grind. Go to sleep and grind. How bad do you want it? How bad are you gonna get it? If you don't go hard, you're not. And so you start missing things that you should be a part of that include your sword. You say, man, I don't got time for prayer. I don't got time for worship. I don't got time for the house of God. I don't got time to serve. I'm grinding. I'm building. I'm doing what God told me to do. No, God didn't tell you to do that. He said, pick up the hammer and the sword. You're running yourself ragged. You're trying to fix your marriage, but you haven't talked to the Lord about how to fix it. You're reading all the books, but you haven't read his book. You're working overtime to make ends meet, but you haven't asked God to open doors of favor and blessing on your life. In fact, you're afraid of favor because of how another generation abused it. But God is calling a generation to call upon God when they can't make ends meet. You're serving in ministry and pouring out constantly, but you're never letting God pour back into you. And you think God pouring back into you is sitting on a beach in Cabo San Lucas and drinking a Mai Tai. No, I'm talking about getting in his presence. I'm talking about getting in his word. I'm talking about being refreshed with worship. The danger of only relying on the hammer is you will hit a wall of burnout while building the wall of your call. The hammer alone can't fight off spiritual battles. This was not made to cast out demons. There is only one who can kick the demons out of your life. No matter how hard you work, it won't give you a sleep-filled night. No matter how hard you work, you won't break those chains of the past that came from your mom and dad. It's gonna take a spiritual release from the sword of the Spirit in the Lord to do what only God can do. The enemy is not afraid of your hammer. He's not afraid of your grind. He's not afraid of your hustle. In fact, if the enemy can't stop your hustle, he'll make you do it more. Because it's the greatest way to take you out, is working for the Lord, not with the Lord.